outside with my 2 adopted cats, one of whom just kind of has ADHD, will not stay still, which is the baby of this one. And speaking of babies, my little Oreo is pregnant again. And just a second, I need to pet her. Anyway, she is going to have babies. She is quite wide. Don't know how far along she is. Don't know what time period, but you can kind of see the wideness of her, and she is definitely a mother to be. So she is going to make me a kitty grandmother, which I guess will be okay. Not really a surprise. I mean, she's not our cat. Don't know whose cat she was, but when she came around last August, September, and then she had her babies in September, you know, that's when I adopted her, because she was so thin and she had put the babies under the deck. And then I got to see each one of them come out. I mean, I don't mean birthing, I mean come out from under the deck. And there were 6 of them. And then as they grew, and of course I kept feeding her, and then as they grew, she led them out one day and only 2 came back. So I don't know what happened to the other 4. And then later, I don't know what happened to one of them, but the only one that survived and was left is this little booger that we have called Shadow. And honest to goodness, I do not know if it's a boy or girl. Like I said, I am not of the animal world. I don't know how to tell. My sister sort of told me, but I can't. She's not still enough that I'm able to tell. So I don't know. But anyway, that is Shadow. And of course, Oreo, the mother. So I don't know how long it's going to be, but we shall see. So we'll try to vlog the life of new mama and what that's going to be like for me and for her. I feel kind of sorry for her because she just had a litter, you know, last summer, and now here it is spring, and she's going to have another one. But they just love to come up here and have milk, and I feed them pretty good food. I mean, I don't know if the food is all, you know, I don't know what quality it is, but I keep it here in the garage in a bin. And this one is Fancy Feast, Purina, and this one is Temptations. So, you know, I mean, I don't know if that's a good quality or not, but that's what I'm doing. They seem to like that better than some of the ones that come from the dollar store, of course. And then I put out some milk, and Shadow really likes the milk. I don't know that much about Oreo. She was just drinking it there a second ago, but I thought maybe that would help. Help little mama. Does that help little mama? Does that help her? Yeah, you're so sweetie. Anyway, I have gotten so attached to her that they just become a part of my little family, and I'm not fond of cats. I never have really been. I don't like their character. I'm not crazy about their habits and stuff, but we're gonna go with it and see what happens and how long they'll stay around. Little Shadow is gone up. She loves to stay under the deck. I don't know what's down under there, but that's where she stays. That's where she was kept while she was little. And then that's where she goes most of the time. Can I pet her? Not yet, but we're getting close. I can sort of pat the top of her head, and she recoils a little bit, but she at least does not run away like she used to. So that's the story of Shadow and Oreo. So we will see what happens. I need to come out and work in the yard. I've got to get this yard going because we still have some leaves to rake out. I have some trimming to do. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but I need to wash my deck, get it all cleaned off so that I can come out and start reading. My daylilies are beginning to come up, and unfortunately Shadow has been playing with some of the daylilies, and she's just about ruined this one over here in the corner. So I don't know how it's gonna do, but she plays with the leaves and kind of tears them up. So I hope she will leave them alone enough that they're gonna get to bloom. Anyway, so Shadow's in the sun and Oreo is in the shade, resting. Now, if I get up and look like I'm gonna move their food, they'll come back over here because they don't like for me to do that. But they haven't eaten very much. They ate very little. I usually feed them about between 8 and 8:30 in the morning. And then I come out between 4 and 4:30 and give them another dose. And then right before bedtime, about 8, I will leave a couple of, maybe a teaspoon or so on the concrete before we go to bed, kind of like a snack. But I don't bring them milk, but I've given them milk twice this week, but I don't bring them milk a lot. But they usually pretty well get rid of that, and I always keep water out here, of course. And they still have their little rug. They do not go to the house anymore. They're, I guess, pretty well done with the house, so I will probably break it down and get it cleaned up. I don't know what she's gonna do with her babies. I don't know if that would be a good place for the babies or not, but anyway, it served its purpose and they seem to like it over the winter. So we'll just see how it goes. Anyway, what a life we have started. Well, it is another beautiful day. It is cloudy outside today and we're expecting some rain, which I hope we will get because it has been so terribly dry. We haven't had a good rain in several months. This is my Amaryllis that my sister gave me, and it is just about ready to bloom. I'm so excited. It's really cool to have watched this. She brought it Easter, close to Easter, and it's taken this long for it to come out. And I think you're supposed to like rotate them towards the sunlight every so often, except I think it's pointing towards the sun that way. So if I turn it this way, it will be towards the window, or maybe it will make it arch back towards the window. Anyway, I'm excited to see it come out. If you are a fan of Dot's pretzels, you know, sometimes you will find them where they are already in 12 packs, which is a good way for my husband to eat them because he kind of goes after them. So when I can find them, I like to pick those up. And we kind of like the home style the best. There's like 4 or 5 different flavors. The cinnamon sugar is really good, but we kind of like these. And I like to keep them in my little jar that my niece gave me. This is a Mackenzie Child's jar, and right now it has sunflower seeds and corn chips in it, but usually I keep the Dot's pretzels. And then I'm about ready to have breakfast and get ready for the day. This is what I sometimes have. I just get some blueberries and strawberries, and I have 1/3 of a fried pie, which I know is not healthy, but we got them at the craft show, and so I thought I would have those. And I've been doing this Chobani yogurt, this with 0 sugar. It's not bad. You know, it's not great, but it's not terrible. And that's often my breakfast. Blueberries, strawberries, and some kind of just a little sweet. And I heard of a trick. I don't remember if it was on Instagram, Facebook, I don't know. Anyway, I cleaned out my refrigerator last week. It's all fresh and sparkly, and I heard that you can keep fruit in mason jars and it will last longer. And I thought, okay, I finally found some pretty jars at Target. These are kind of a rose gold look, and I cut up some strawberries, and it's probably been a week and a half, and by that time they are usually done, and they are still good. So it works. So if you want fruit, fresh fruit to last quite a while, then try the mason jar trick. I'm gonna have some probably chicken salad for lunch later, and my husband got me a Starbucks yesterday, so I'll enjoy that. Anyway, the yogurt that I really enjoy, but it's got quite a bit of sugar, is the Yoplait Light with the granola on top. That is really good in the blueberry and strawberry, but I usually don't eat the whole thing. I'll like divide it up for a couple days, 2 or 3 days, and that works really well. So that's what's going on this morning. And then I need to change, I know this is kind of silly, but I need to change my toilet lids. We've had the same ones, I think, since we've moved here. So I got the Bemis soft whisper close toilet lids. There's a short one that goes in my utility room, and then the elongated kind that goes in our bedroom, and then my daughter's bathroom. It still looks just fine because it doesn't get used that much. So that's what I'm going to be up to a little bit later, and I can do that myself. It's not a big deal. And I moved my station for creating jewelry into the music room. This is where I keep my little keyboard, my full-size electric piano, and my piano that was at our home. My sister, she already had her mother-in-law's piano, and I think the great-grandmother's piano, so she said go ahead and take our piano from when we were growing up, because she'd already had those too. And she's the older child, so she gets first dibs, you know. So anyway, she let me have that, and that's where I keep my Disney characters stuff that we've collected over the years. Every time we would go to Disney World, my husband would get me something, and I finally said, let's don't get anything else, because I don't have room for it. I just don't have room. So although I would like to have more pieces, I just can't. And I just love Winnie the Pooh Beethoven. I think he's so cute. And then my sister got me this little cutout book that has a Mickey Mouse icon. And then we've had this forever. Sorry, the glare is bad on that. And it has faded because in this room there is a skylight, a really large skylight. And it has faded a lot of my photos, my wedding photos and our family photo and our engagement photo from many years ago. Oops, glare again, sorry. And then behind this picture, we've got some collectible record albums, Mickey Mouse Splash Dance and Fantasia, and the Pastoral Symphony in a different Fantasia from Disneyland. And then the Fantasia music book. So anyway, those were kind of collectibles. And then we have a few Disney items over here, plus my butterfly collection that my sister got me. My Grumpy that I used to keep at school. For times when kids were fussy, I would say, tell it to Grumpy, and they would have to go write it in a little book. Even though they were in first grade, they could get out their emotions just fine in a little spiral. And then this collection of little dolls. And then Kermit and Miss Piggy over here by themselves. And then we have some vintage piggy banks. Disney. Little Olaf down there. My little characters that cling to my keyboard. I have not put this together yet. My great nieces gave me this for Christmas one year. A Lego Mickey Mouse and Minnie. It's just too cute. I just don't want to break it up. And then Nemo and Friends back here on the harp box. And then my sister brought this to me from the Bahamas. And so, kind of a Disney collection. This portrait was done in Disney, the Magic Kingdom, of my daughter many years ago. We have some photos of us at Disney up here. And then my dad did this cross stitch before he passed away. Yes, he was extremely talented. We think that's where we got our art love. And this is actually this, which has faded tremendously over the years. But I'm so proud to have that my daddy did. So anyway, I've got to get busy today. I need to wash my hair, change the toilet seats, and then come in here and start working on some earrings again. I've got quite a few going. I've got some new ones that I've created, some new dangles. This one was pretty complicated. It was inspired by something I saw in Sundance, and this one was inspired by something that I saw in Sundance. Some little multicolor dangles. I really enjoyed doing that one. So I need to get busy and going and start my day. Well, it's about probably 4 hours later, and my Amaryllis is starting to open. This is really exciting. I can't believe what it's done in just a few hours. And there's gonna be more than one. There's another bud coming up. This is so cool. They are really beautiful. So I will keep in touch and show the progress. This is another hour later, and it just continues to open. So beautiful. And here we are a couple of hours later, and it's getting more full and more open. It's just amazing. This is so exciting. Well, it is nighttime, and here is the beautiful Amaryllis. Isn't it gorgeous? It has opened up fully, and here's the other side. It looks like it's getting ready to come as well. This is so much fun to watch. Very amazing plant that is just held in this wax. The bulb is in this wax holder, and you don't have to water it or anything. So cool. Well, good morning. It's another day. I have gotten ready for the day, all fixed up. We got a haircut this weekend. It doesn't look great because it has been just a slight bit humid. We've been hoping for some rain, and we have not gotten any rain. It has been so dry since January. We've got to have some rain. But anyway, my hair feels better because it's shorter. But like I said, it doesn't look too great because it just didn't lay quite the way I wanted to because of the humidity. But anyway, it feels great. My daughter got me a corksicle mug for my birthday. It's a Cinderella. And of course, Cinderella is my favorite character from Disney. And I have really been enjoying it. And what I put in my drink when I put this on is, or when I use this, I have a little difficulty with issues of restroom issues. So I mix a little bit of orange juice with a orange early rise, just a teeny bit from Walmart is where you get the orange early rise mix, and it gives a little flavor to the orange juice water. So like, I mean, I don't even do probably a quarter cup of orange juice, half of a packet of the orange early rise, and then the rest water. And then twice a week I use Miralax. I don't know, it's not a very neat thing to talk about, but it helps. So if it helps, you do it, right? So anyway, so I'm ready for the day. I have my Star Wars little hoodie on that I got many years ago, I believe at Target. And just some, you know, yoga pants that came from Amazon that I adore. And it is time to do towels. So I'm going to get the towels in the wash and start my day. This is what it looks like outside this morning. We have been fluctuating for the past month between windy days, and then the next day it will be in the 40s or 50s. And then we get into the 80s, but it's too windy to go outside and work in the yard. I desperately need to go outside and work in the yard. I mean, I've got raking to do, I've got weeding to do. It is just horrendous out here. Nothing looks good because we have not had rain. We were supposed to have moisture yesterday. It didn't happen. And look who I see over there. Oh my goodness. What are you doing, Miss Oreo? What are you doing? Have you found a place to sit? There she is. She probably wonders what I'm doing because I never come out this direction. Anyway, I need desperately to get outside. So I'm hoping maybe Saturday my husband and I can get out here and do some weeding and some yard work. Today is supposed to get up to 70, so hopefully I can go for a walk. I don't know. I mean, the birds are having a wonderful time. They're having a heyday, as you could probably hear, making nests and doing whatnot. But I can't get outside. The wind has been so bad that it is just impossible to get out there and get anything raked up because it's going to blow, you know, everywhere. And usually what happens, I go out and we rake, and then my husband mulches the leaves rather than getting rid of them, which I don't know that I agree with, but I'm not the yard taker care of her. I just do the plants and the weeding of the garden area and the landscape stuff and trim, and I just let him do the yard. So that's just up to him. But anyway, I need to desperately get outside. Yesterday it was in the 40s. Today 70, maybe. Tomorrow will be in the 50s. The next day I will be gone, and then Friday it's supposed to be windy again. And Saturday, I think it's supposed to be a little bit windy, but maybe we can get out there because I think it's going to be maybe in the 60s or 70s. This has been the most unusual April we have ever had. Usually by now we're in the 80s and hitting 90, and it just hasn't happened. And usually we've had many thunderstorms and rain, and it has not happened. So praying for rain. Dear Lord Jesus, please send rain. Well, let's go look at our Amaryllis and see how it's doing today. My dining room table is cleared off. Does that not look so much better? I mean, I hate to do my artwork in here, but you know, it's near the TV. All I have to do is just look across. There's the TV. I can still be with my husband who sits in that chair constantly. And it's just nice to be right here and have access to everything that's going on. But as I showed you, I moved into this area to work on my jewelry because I was so tired of seeing that on my dining room table. So yesterday what I worked on is a pair of earrings that are loops, and they have a little center dangle. This is lapis and turquoise. So in the center is golden horn. Not sure exactly what that means or is, but it kind of gave a different color combination to these earrings, inspired by Sundance. And then right now I am working on some leather earrings with lapis. And I had a little bit of difficulty with these because doing the leather wire, I had to figure out a way to trap it so that it wouldn't come undone. And I don't know that I like it, but anyway, we'll see how that goes. But it has a square piece of lapis that actually hangs diamond way, and then a little, it looks almost like a little arrowhead to me, piece of lapis that I put behind it. So we'll see how those go, and then I'm going to continue on with my jewelry today. So here is the condition of the Amaryllis this morning. It is gorgeous. It is beautiful, all nice and open. Oh my word. And then on the other side, I am seeing a new bud protruding out that is also going to bloom. So this is so exciting. So today I have got to do some ironing, and I said that I would show this little outfit that I sent home with my daughter, hoping that she could wear it, but she didn't care for it. So this is a jacket that I picked up at the craft show that we went to from my favorite company called Riley Girls. They have a store in Clayton, I believe, New Mexico, but she comes and does shows all over Texas. So I need to get this ironed up. It is really cute. The reason I thought Suzanne would like it is because it's kind of a rose gold look. And then underneath, there was a t-shirt. And it was I'm with the band, which I also didn't think that necessarily looked like me. However, I love Journey, Toto, you know, those kinds of 80s rock bands. So who cares? But anyway, I thought it looked really cute with the jacket, but it's a little wrinkled, so I'm gonna get these pressed up today and move on with my day. Another day, a good morning. I was up at 6 this morning. It had rained in the night. Yay, so glad to have the rain. And I wanted to take my husband to work. He usually walks to work, and I didn't want him to walk in the wet, so I got up and took him to work and came back. Actually, I went to our donut place. It's called Grandpa's Donuts, and I got a 3-meat burrito, breakfast burrito, and apple fritter. And the apple fritters are so big that I cut them into fourths, and I only eat 1/4. And then of course I had my blueberries and strawberries, which I always have. I decided not to wash my hair until tomorrow because tomorrow I'm going to a convention thing and meeting my sister. So just kind of bad hair today. I just put it up in a, you know, little headband, kind of keep it out of my face while I'm working today. And I am wearing, this is a LuLaRoe. If you've ever heard of the brand, they're still popular. My daughter and I got into it. Actually, she got into it first, and then I jumped on board about 4 or 5 years ago. And there are a few pieces that I still love and I still keep. This is one of them. They all have names. I'm sorry, I do not know them. Remember the name of this one, but it's their hoodie. And I always get it in an extra large, and they are fantastic. And then just a pair of Calvin Klein yoga pants that I've had forever. Cannot get rid of them because they are so comfortable. So that's what I'm gonna douse around today in. And I need to go out Saturday and work in my yard. I'm not looking really forward to it. I don't know, the older I get, the less I look forward to working in the yard, because it wears me out to bend over and do all that weeding. But I need to get out there. I need to get the yard done, and my husband, I think, will go too and do some of the mulching. But anyway, that is what I'm up to today, and I will check with you later when something interesting happens. Yes, I remember what else I was going to do. I'm going to take an old rag and lightly spray it with some dust spray. and put it on my Swiffer and go around my baseboards, because you know my housekeeper doesn't really do baseboards, or if she does, I can't really tell, but I've got a lot of baseboards in the house, and I just want to quickly go through those as a part of my spring cleaning. Last week on Friday, I got into my pantry, took everything out, and cleaned the floor. Of course, you would not know that. It wasn't that bad, but occasionally there's stuff down there, so I move all of these little boxes and vacuum and mop, and then the rest of my pantry, I don't know, it's organized. It's not horrible. It's not pretty, but it's not horrible. And I still have my paint up there from painting the house 2 years ago, but you know, it's organized and pretty clean. And then I also pulled out the washer and dryer all the way out, and I mopped and cleaned behind it. So now when you look back there, it's all nice and clean and fresh and ready for another year. And I also cleaned out my refrigerator and my freezer. I pulled everything out, wiped down the shelves. The refrigerator part, this is, I mean, you can't tell. You don't know that I did that, but I know, and it makes me feel fresh and clean. So everything's good to go, nice and clean, wiped out, and I just feel a lot better about it. It's kind of fun to look in people's refrigerators, see what they buy, see what they have. Lots of water. We drink tons of water, or I drink tons of water. And anyway, that is what I was up to last week. I think that's basically it. You really can't tell that we've had rain. Well, you can a little bit. It's looking prettier. The grass is greening up. This is just out my kitchen window. The trees are beginning to bud. Birds are singing like crazy. I really love hearing the birds. But anyway, that's what is going on today. And I will go finish what I have started. There we go.
Oh, you need taking a flash. I thought you wanted to see one.
Oh my goodness, there are, I can't see, dadgummit. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2,
Come on,
3.
Come on.
Oh my
Shadow,
goodness.
Oreo quit eating her food.
2, 3,
Oreo's
4.
eating her food. Oreo's eating her food.
Okay.
Well, she's not eating her own.
Second. Oh my goodness. Oh. 1, 2, 3. I think there's 5. Oh my goodness, Oreo. You are a mama. You are a mama. How about that? You are a mama. Yeah. You are a mama. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Looky there. That is something. That is something. My goodness. My goodness. That is something. Here is the Amaryllis, a third bulb coming, and I see in there another one. I don't know how many this one is going to have. This is crazy. And my sister gave my daughter one, and hers is not blooming at all. I don't know. It may just really like we got skylight here in the kitchen area. And the weather today is kind of crummy. It is April the 28th, and we are getting kind of a rain-snow mix. It's very wet outside, And so that put me sort of in the mood for making chicken tortilla soup, which I have gotten on. So I got up this morning and cut up onion, green bell pepper, red and yellow. I put in a can of beans, a can of tomatoes. I cooked my chicken on the stove to get it really tender, and then I put it in here. I just kind of boil it on the stove and then finish it off in here with the broth. And oh my gosh, this is very simple but so easy. And then the spices would be cumin, Mexican Mexican basil. Oh no, Mexican oregano. Yeah, Mexican oregano is just absolutely wonderful. This is my spice area. Yeah, Mexican oregano. Yeah, love this stuff. And then, like I said, cumin. I put in a little bit of coriander, just a teeny bit of chili powder, garlic salt. Can't remember what else I put. Oh, bay leaves to do the chicken. Lime juice, white wine to put the chicken in. Garlic, of course, always garlic. And I think, I don't know, I can't think. Anyway, if you need the recipe, let me know and I will write it down and send it to you. Anyway, yucky day. And I got up at 6:30 this morning because I wanted to take my husband to work because it was so windy. And I didn't want him to walk in this. Plus, there was moisture coming. So, yeah. Oh, you can hear the wind. Trees have come out. Birds are going nuts. Yeah, it's pretty yucky, but everything's greening up. It's looking better. We're getting some moisture now. We just want to hold off to that. So, let's go check on the little kitties. I think I have counted 5 of the newborn kitties. I can't believe it, and I think maybe it's time to have poor little Oreo. I hate to catch her and trap, you know, she's trusted me so much, and I kind of hate to trap her and take her, but I don't want her to have to endure all these birds. Oh wow, even the garage, it's coming up through, and my garage has kind of a little empty area. But you can hear it. You hear it? Oh, this is just so weird for April. So I read online that you need to feed a mother cat some kitten food for extra protein. So I did that. Let's just check on them and see how they're doing. They're probably cold. Yeah, Mama's in there with the babies. Hello, Shadow. Have you been in there with the babies today? Are the babies feeding? Is that what they're doing? Are they feeding, and are you helping protect them? She has been so protective. I mean, when they were born, she got in the house with them and helped to, I guess, make them warm. I don't know, it was weird. But it's so funny that she's doing that. So maybe Oreo won't mind if we kind of peek in and see how everybody's doing. Hello, my darling. Are those babies feeding? Hello, my sweethearts. Are they feeding? Yes, I think they are. We've got a couple of cute ones. Oh my goodness, they are so sweet. Hello, my sweet. How's my precious girl? Your little babies are beautiful. Thank you for letting me see. They're beautiful. So anyway, here's what we got going on outside. Where Shadow ran off. If I come close, she disappears. We were making progress. She was letting me touch her head, and now, no. Since the babies have arrived, we're not going to be touched. So we're going to have to kind of start all over. I hung up my hummingbird feeder. I don't know if we'll have hummingbirds because of the cats. We just have to see, but you you know, everything is starting to green up, and hopefully tomorrow's supposed to be in the 70s, so hopefully I can come out and start kind of working in the yard. But yeah, kind of a yucky day. This is what happens when you live in Texas. The wind blows 3 miles an hour most of the time. I love that tree that's within the tree. Yeah. So anyway, April in Texas. Doing some laundry. I put on new toilet lids for every commode in the house. You know, after a point they just kind of get yucky, very easy to replace. So every toilet has a new toilet lid. Took a little while, but I got it done. Still loving the clear dining room table. And I guess I will go in here today and start working on some stuff and finishing up some stuff. I'm kind of in the middle of one group where I put just a lot of different connections to it. I love this little long piece of coral there, so I have to finish up this side to get those earrings done. And so I guess we will continue on with my little projects. I went out to empty the trash this morning after I changed the toilet lids. I wanted those boxes out of my house, and my hair is just horrendous. The moisture just attacked it like crazy. Anyway, in this room where I've moved my art stuff, we have a huge skylight, which I will show in just a minute. I may have already shown it, but not that you care, but anyway, it's helpful in doing my work. I can be in here and it's very bright. Yesterday, I was gone to a convention. It's the TRTA convention, Texas Retired Teachers, and had to take photos there, and met my sister, and we went to eat lunch at this wonderful place that has the most fantastic avocado toast I've ever had in my life. And there was a seasoning on it, and I asked the girl what it was, and she said it's called everything but the bagel. And so I picked some up. It was a little bit pricey. They had a great value option as well, but I decided to get the one that was a little bit higher. It was like $4, which I think is ridiculous. But anyway, this is what it is. Everything bagel seasoning blend. And this one is by Einstein Brothers Bagels. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really see. But anyway, that's what it is. So put a little bit of that in there because that seasoning was so good. Oh, my hair is just horrible. When the moisture's out there, it just attacks it like crazy. But anyway, got the kitchen all cleaned up. Got the soup on. Everything's cleaned up and drying. And I am ready to go ahead and start my day. Catch you later when there's something else to see. So anyway, here is the skylight in this room. It is like huge for such a tiny room. There's some dirt up here on top because of the wind that's been blowing. Anyway, for a room this size, it is a ridiculously large skylight. Maybe because they, people who previously owned this or whoever bought it or built it knew this was going to be an office space, or I turned it into an office/music room and now crafting room. And you really need that wonderful extra light. So it's kind of nice to have. But it's just so nice to stand here and listen to the rain. We needed this so terribly, terribly bad. Another thing that I was going to show, I found the most adorable night lights at United, which is a grocery store here in our city, and they're called Edison night lights. A little bit pricey, but I absolutely adore what they can do. You can brighten them, you can make them dimmer. I have this one on low, but you can make it higher and brighter just by flipping this little switch up and down right here. You can see that. But anyway, Edison night lights. Edison night lights. Absolutely adorable. And I have really enjoyed having this, especially in the kitchen, because it gets dark at night here. So I put one in several rooms. I put one in the office area because it gets dark in here at night, even with that skylight. I put one in my daughter's bathroom area. I put one in the living room. I changed the nightlight that was in here and fit it in the garage bathroom, or the bathroom's close to the garage. So I'm gonna put one in here, and then I put one in my daughter's bathroom because at night we just need that extra. The night lights that I've had in here were just, they were too dim. So now this is going to give some nice light for those nighttime trips to the bathroom. New toilet seat. I know that's disgusting, but had to be replaced. So anyway, something new to share. Really enjoying those night lights. I won't bother you. So you're in there helping Mom take care of your brothers and sisters. Is that what's going on? Are you helping? You are a good girl. Yes, you are. Are the babies doing good? Hello, little babies. Hello. Aww. You're so sweet. These are so sweet. Pretty little babies. Pretty little babies. Aww. Aww. And look at you guys. It's time for some supper, huh? It's time for some supper. Aww. Y'all doing okay? Are you doing okay? What you guys doing? What you guys doing? Huh? What's it doing? What you doing? I'm just taking a picture. My husband and I worked out in the yard today, and I came over here and I unfortunately took down these bushes that had been dead for a while and needed to come down. And my plan is to dig up the grasses too, and maybe we can lay, I kind of would like to have some of those flat rocks and just make an area here where I'm just going to put like pots or something. I don't know how long it's going to take me to do it, but that is an idea for in the future. These over here look great. They're still doing just fine, but you know, these were just not in good shape. They died out every year. One whole section died out, so it was time for them to come down. The grass doesn't look that good either, but we haven't had a ton of rain except the other day, so maybe it'll look better. Anyway, it's the evening, and we are in, and I am clean, and I feel so much better because it was a job to get the yard done today, and I needed to clean up, wash things down, wash up my patio. It looks better now. I don't know, I just feel so much better. And look at the Amaryllis. I can't believe this. 3 blooms. They are so happy. And I know I need to rotate them. So, and there's more inside there that may come out. I can't believe that we've had this kind of luck with these things. They're just gorgeous. Just beautiful. I'm so proud of them. Anyway, what I did today is I cleaned up the patio. I had to wash it down because we had a possum again. And I think Mama Oreo may have attacked the possum because he was hurt on the snout. And he was around on the other side of the house for a while. And then now I don't know where it is. But anyway, Their food is out for them. They can eat. Shadow disappeared. I had no idea where she was for a while. But my husband mowed, and he got a lot of the leaves and things that were in the greenery area. Got those mulched and out. And so everything's looking quite a bit better. The roses, I fertilized everything in the yard. I just went out and gave it just a little of that shake fertilizer, so everything ought to start coming up and doing better now. Mama is over here in the house with her babies. I think really they're just resting. I don't even know that they're nursing, but they are growing already and looking good. Maybe she'll let me take a little picture. Hi, sweetheart. I just think your babies are beautiful. They're so pretty. Yeah, I turned the heater back on. Oh, look at that one have its little hand or paw on the other one. They're so sweet. They are so sweet. You're just beautiful. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you for letting me take a picture, Oreo. You're very pretty. They're precious little animals. Precious little babies. I know you're proud of them. And I don't know what we're going to do with them. But we'll figure it out. But yeah, anyway, when I came out earlier to give them their food this morning, there was blood all over the... I know this is gross. I hope nobody's... Anyway, there was blood everywhere, and so I had to get my hose. I keep my hose over here wound up, and I had to take the hose and wash everything down, and had to be careful not to get the water over by the little house. And so anyway, I freshened everything up, and I washed my chairs, all of those, got them ready to go. Freshened the blanket, and so hopefully everything will kind of be better. So I feel better. I'm just extremely tired. So we're gonna have Dairy Queen tonight. Woo! I can tolerate their chicken strips pretty good. It's not my favorite place, but I think my husband's gonna bring a blizzard too. So that'll be kind of our treat. We do not have very many restaurant choices here in our little town. We have a Dairy Queen, a Sonic, a Subway. We have a steakhouse, but it's not really all that good, and a pizza place. And so rather than having to go in, he was just going to